Chappell Roan, a singer known for her unapologetic approach to her career and public life, has recently opened up about the challenges she has faced due to her outspoken nature. In a revealing interview with the BBC, Roan shared the hardships that came with speaking out against inappropriate behaviors and toxic elements of the entertainment industry, highlighting how this boldness, while empowering, also brought her negative labels. The 26-year-old pop star, who has made a name for herself with her unflinching authenticity and raw songwriting, explained how her decision to call out creepy behavior and demand respect for her boundaries often led to backlash from both the public and the media. She was labeled a spoiled diva because of her outspokenness, which Roan says was not only hurtful but also a reflection of how society views women who assert themselves in the public eye. This term, spoiled diva, is often used to dismiss and degrade women who stand up for themselves, especially when it comes to asserting boundaries in the face of unwanted attention. Roan's refusal to accept this label speaks to her conviction in standing up for what she believes in, even when faced with immense pressure from industry expectations. Roan's criticisms were particularly directed at the paparazzi culture and its often intrusive nature. She openly addressed the issue of stalkers and toxic behaviors from photographers, criticizing a particular instance where a photographer insulted celebrities at the MTV Video Music Awards. Her words, "This is not normal. This is crazy," were a direct response to the harassment and the commodification of celebrities' personal lives. For Roan, this level of intrusion is something that should not be normalized, and she isn't afraid to speak out against it, even if it jeopardizes her standing in the industry. The singer's willingness to confront toxic behaviors in her field stems from a lifetime of doing the same in her personal life. Roan acknowledged that her bold attitude towards disrespect has been a part of her character from a young age. "I've been responding that way my whole life," she stated, noting how she's always felt the need to defend herself against mistreatment. However, she also recognized that her outspoken nature became a point of contention once she entered the spotlight. As a pop star, her actions were scrutinized and often portrayed in a negative light, highlighting the double standards that exist for women in the entertainment industry. "It's like oil and water," Roan reflected, referring to the disconnect between her natural instincts and the expectations of the industry. Despite the difficulties she's faced, Roan remains unapologetic about her approach, though she admits that it has come with sacrifices. She believes that if she had been more compliant with industry norms, if she had worn a muzzle and suppressed her instincts and her heart, she might have been more successful in a traditional sense. "If I were to override more of my basic instincts where my heart is going, stop, 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 you're not okay, I would be bigger," she said. This comment speaks to the pressure artists often face to conform and remain silent about the challenges they experience in order to preserve their careers. Roan's decision to prioritize her physical and mental health over career demands is another testament to her commitment to self-care and authenticity. Recently, she made the decision to turn down the extension of her 2024 tour, recognizing that her well-being was more important than the prospect of additional fame or financial gain. This decision was not an easy one, but it shows Roan's courage in choosing her health over external pressures. In a world where artists are often pushed to their limits, Roan's focus on self-preservation is a refreshing stance. She admitted that while the decision may have disappointed some of her fans and industry professionals, it was essential for her long-term happiness and sustainability as an artist. This choice is not just a sign of maturity but also an act of rebellion against the culture that prioritizes success over mental and emotional health. Roan's outlook on fame is further shaped by the advice her grandfather gave her, a piece of wisdom that continues to guide her decisions. He told her, "There are always options," a sentiment that Roan has embraced in both her personal life and her career. The concept of having options, of not being boxed in by a single opportunity, gives her the freedom to make decisions that align with her values. In the music industry, where opportunities are often framed as one-time offers that must be seized at any cost, this advice serves as a reminder that true success comes from aligning one's actions with personal beliefs and priorities. Roan explained that when offered the chance to perform a concert for an incredibly large sum of money, her response was grounded in this principle. "If I don't feel like doing this right now, there are always options," she said, reinforcing her commitment to maintaining her integrity in an industry that often values profit over personal well-being. For Roan, this mindset is crucial to navigating the sometimes brutal world of pop stardom. In an industry that often commodifies artists, reducing them to mere products to be consumed by the public, Roan refuses to allow herself to be defined by these external expectations. The idea that there are always options gives her the power to take control of her career and make choices that support her vision for herself, rather than one dictated by others. The singer's bold attitude has not been without consequences, but it is also what sets her apart in a crowded industry. Roan's music, which touches on themes of self-discovery, empowerment, and the complexities of fame, speaks to a generation of fans who admire her authenticity and fearlessness. Despite the obstacles she faces, she continues to build a loyal following who respects her for being unapologetically herself. Her commitment to staying true to her instincts, even if it means stepping away from opportunities, has made her a role model for those who value honesty and integrity over the fleeting nature of fame. By refusing to conform to the expectations of the industry, Roan has carved out a space for herself where she can create music that resonates with her fans and reflects her personal journey. And while the road may not always be easy, her story is one of perseverance and self-respect. A reminder that in an often superficial industry, staying true to oneself is the most powerful choice an artist can make. As Roan continues to navigate her career with authenticity and strength, it's clear that her commitment to speaking out and standing her ground will remain a defining characteristic of her journey. Whether it's calling out toxic paparazzi culture or rejecting offers that don't align with her values, Roan is proving that there is power in being unapologetically real in a world that often pressures artists to conform. Through her music and her words, Roan is not only paving the way for her own success but also setting an example for others to follow in the pursuit of truth, integrity, and personal freedom.